kan poepen op een broodje. De Nederlandse media eet het broodje. En geloof me, ze zeggen dat het lekkerste broodje is wat ze ooit hebben gegeten.
Israel launched a ground invasion into Lebanon expecting an easy victory, but instead started losing right away. They launched between 70 to 100,000 soldiers into Lebanon, and right away, within the first few days, lost 50 soldiers, had 300 more injured, lost 3 tanks, and 2 military bulldozers. While that was going on, Lebanon was hitting them with rockets, but so did Iran. Iran launched 180 ballistic missiles against them. And these new grade missiles that they used, 90% of them made it past the Iron Dome. The Iron Dome failed. Israel's been trying to downplay or cover up the damage done and how many people were lost in it. They covered up for days that they lost many F-35 airplanes to those missiles. And each one of these F-35s, they cost between $80 to $100 million each. Not that Israel even has to pay for it. America pays for it out of her own taxes. Israel is expecting to do a short penetration, easy victory against Lebanon, and all that completely backfired. It humbled them on the world stage, and now that they're talking about hitting Iran back, America said they're not going to participate in all the puppet countries in the Middle East that work for Israel, including Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and all them. They've already told Israel that they're not going to be used as bases to launch attacks against Iran. This is a giant military setback for Israel, but also political setbacks. It revealed their loss of popularity and loss of power in the Middle East, and a loss of power over America, too. They're still getting money and military support from America, but that's about it, with no more encouragement for any more offensive ventures. Israel is on his way down.
What did the Chinese say? Something very, very simple. The Chinese say, we are one China. You, the Western countries, led by Britain in the 19th century, and then with all of the imperial powers, including Japan, at the end of the 19th century and into the 20th century, tried to dismember us, China. You tried to pull us to pieces. You conquered territory. You invaded us many times. In fact, to my mind, the most cynical war of modern history was Britain's invasion of China in 1839, called the First Opium War, which was to force China to accept British opium in trade. The Chinese knew, no, we don't want to become opium addicts. And Britain said, hell, this is free trade. It's our opium. As if, the Colombian cartel would invade us and on free trade principles. So in any event, the Chinese are saying one thing: don't dismantle us, okay? We went through that. We went through 150 years of that. So Taiwan, that's part of China. You said it, United States. That's the basis of our diplomatic relations. Stop provoking. That's all. We can have perfectly normal relations, but don't play the game of trying to break us apart. But we have forces in the U.S. that seem compelled to make trouble, literally. That we must provoke, we must overthrow Russia, we must divide Russia, we must dismember China, we must not allow other countries just to get on with things. That's all the other countries are saying. When I say these things, it sounds so weird, by the way, to Americans who are reading the New York Times or reading the Washington Post or reading the Wall Street Journal, because Mr. Sachs, China's our enemy. They're doing all these terrible things. Russia, they're the imperial blah, blah.